Day 752 of the quarantine. Here's my face. Enjoy it. All right, so let's get started. I'm putting Tatcha, the liquid silk canvas primer, all over my face. And then I'm going in with Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have oily skin, so I like this foundation because it stays on all day. It's a buildable coverage, so you can put on as much as you want or as little as you want. Then I'm going in with my blending brush and blending it all over my face. I like to go down on my neck as well and behind my ears, just to make sure I don't have any lines anywhere. Next, I'm going in with Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer. Looks like I'm using a lot, well, because I am. I like it because it gives a little bit more coverage and it really brightens your under eye. You want to use a color that is about a shade or two lighter than your foundation. And then you're going to blend it out with a damp beauty blender. Say it louder for the people in the back. A damp beauty blender. Thank you. Sorry for the trendy elevator music. I didn't have much to choose from. Take your beauty blender and tap it into Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I like this one the best because it sets everything really nicely and you don't get flashback in pictures. And I just set anywhere that I think is going to get oily. Next, I'm going to do my brows. Now, if you guys know me, you know that I really love a good brow. Now, I'm just going to say that these are not the best brows I've ever done. Honey was struggling a little bit this morning, but it's okay. So I took the Anastasia Dip Brow and an angled brush, and I put it into the dip brow and then wiped it off in the lid back and forth until it was a smooth consistency and even. Drew a line underneath my brow, onto the tail, and back onto the top of the tail, and I'm just filling it in now. You want to use a light hand, especially on the front here, and just mimic the way that your hair grows. And just keep filling it in nice and light. You can always add more, so start with less. If it starts to look chunky, you just use your spoolie and kind of brush it all out. Moving on to the next brow. I started off with the brow that I have the most problems with, and now this brow is typically a good one, except for that little spot right there. This brow is a little bit fuller, so it's an easier one to do. So yeah, just try to mimic what you did on the other brow. Practice makes perfect, so don't just get discouraged if you can't get it right away. Then I'm going in with my Hoola by Benefit bronzer, and I'm contouring my cheeks. Now, if you notice, I go onto the actual cheekbone and not below it. You don't want to go into the hollows of your cheeks because that will make your face look muddy. You want to make your face look lifted and high. So really like blend it out and make sure there's no harsh lines there. And then if you have a big forehead or a medium one, you can contour your forehead and then your neck. I have a double chin, so try to hide it a little bit. Then for nose contouring, you try to get it in as close as you can to the top of the bridge. I probably could have gotten a little bit closer, but that's okay. And I'm using the same bronzer this time too. Just make sure you shake it off a little bit because you don't want super dark lines. And every nose shape is different, so look up your nose shape and make sure that you're doing the correct contouring for that. I'm using MAC's Pressed Blush on my cheeks. You just want to dust it on the apples of your cheeks. Again, use a really light hand and just kind of blend it out so you don't get giant rosy cheeks. And then my Becca highlighter, I put it up on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and wherever else you want to highlight. Curl your lashes. I think this is just like a Revlon eyelash curler, nothing fancy. I don't really have long lashes, so I'm going in with Marc Jacobs Velvet Primer to add a little boost and a little volume to my lashes before I put mascara on. And then I finish it off with Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. Both of these mascaras I got from Sephora. As you can see, it adds a little bit of volume to my lashes that I don't really have. So yeah, there we go. I have chapped lips, so this is the Balm Standard chapstick from the Vintage Junkie here in Fairbanks. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this basic everyday look.